Hey guys, Rob Caputo again here, and today what I'm going to do is I'm going to review a product by a company by the name of FantastiCLEAN. Now I've seen their company around, they've been on Amazon, they sell their stuff all over the place. Supposedly they're the inventors of the microfiber towel that's on a roll that we see all the time. There's a lot of different companies that use that idea, and I see them everywhere like Walmart and Target and stuff like that, and a lot of these other companies like CARZILLA and trying to remember who else, but anyway, there's a lot of them out there and a lot of companies that have that idea. So what they did is they sent me a drying towel. They reached out to me and they said, Rob, we'd like you to review our drying towel. It's a 26 by 22 pack drying towel. I believe that's what they sent me, but we'll double check when we open up the box. It could be the larger one, and which is 36 by 24. And what this is basically a twisted loop coral fleece ultra absorbent scratch free towel. Now, why are these drying towels so important? Because when you're working on your car and you're washing your car, there's two moments where you can introduce micromarring on your car, and that's the contact wash and the drying process, right? So you want to make sure that your drying towel is very high quality, it's soft, it doesn't mar up your paint or create these little micro scratches that kind of look like spider web cracks, or you'll see it in the sun when the sun beats down on the paint. You want your paint to look perfectly clear and with no swirls whatsoever, because that refracts the sunlight and it just doesn't make it look shiny or good. So what these are is these are supposed to be high quality towels to be able to dry off your towel within 90 seconds, right? This is the box they sent, and it says right here, dry car in 90 seconds. I kind of asked what that was, but because I couldn't figure it out. You know, dry car in 90 seconds. The idea is that it won't take that long to dry off your car, so that's the point. Couple things to note. This is a Chinese company. They sent this out. They want me to kind of review it. A lot of the microfiber towels that are out today, you see a lot of them from South Korea. They're very high quality. House of Rags sells a bunch of them. Griot sells a lot. And honestly, I like the Griot ones. You know, they're very good quality ones. Adams Polishes, they have a few. There's a whole bunch of different microfiber towels out there. You can get inexpensive ones, you know, at AutoZone and stuff like that too. But there's a few things that they wanted me to point out. The fact that it's high absorbency, dual-sided, twisted loop, coral fleece, flawless scratch-free performance, and versatile application. So, which means you could use this towel for polishing process, for small jobs, for drying your car. It's kind of a multi-purpose for rinseless washes, waterless washes, which I thought that was pretty interesting that they kind of pointed that out, because that's kind of a new thing. Well, not really a new thing, but it's been exploited lately on a lot of different channels. It polishes the chrome, shiny metals, glass, mirror, spot touch-up for detail sprays, wax, sealants, polishes, all that kind of stuff. They told me that this was lint-free. They told me that it was very absorbent. They told me that it was scratch-free. One of the things that I noticed, and we're going to open this up right now, one of the things that I noticed right off the bat, because I did open this briefly, this seems like it's a good heavy towel. I mean, this is 1100 GSM, which is grams per meter. You know, when you go out shopping for microfiber towels, a lot of them give you the GSM. Does that necessarily mean that it's a better towel the higher the GSM it is? No. The higher the GSM typically means just the heavier, which means there's more material per square meter. The loops could be longer, you know, it could be a little bit more plush. So that's all that really means. It's how heavy it is within a square meter of fabric. This one, I mean, like right out of the box, there's some like, you know, lint particles and stuff like that. Not a lot. I mean, it does seem like a good high quality towel. I mean, it's got the pattern here, which is pretty cool. And it's dual-sided, right? So it's got the same thing on both sides, just different color. In terms of size, measure this up. I'm curious. All right, so I measured it up. It is the larger towel, actually. So, you know, thank you for FantastiCLEAN for sending me the larger towel. It's the 36-inch by 24-inch towel. So this is a nice size. It really is, right? Because it's not too long where you're going to risk, because the one thing I notice is like sometimes when these towels are too long, you risk actually like touching the ground, and then you got the fabric picking up little particles of dirt and all that kind of stuff, and then you're going to really scratch your paint. The smaller ones are a little bit more manageable, and you can kind of fold them up a little bit and dry your car. And I think it's a little bit safer when they're smaller. So I said this was 1100 GSM, acts like a water magnet, 5 times more absorbent than ordinary towels with the ability to hold up 1 gallon of water. You can effortlessly dry your entire car, truck, or RV in one pass. So the idea with these towels is if there's that absorbent, you'll be able to kind of just put it on the door panel or the hood and just kind of wipe it clean without putting much pressure at all, and the towel itself will do the work and absorb it. Because like I said before, the 2 points at which you're gonna like introduce any scratches or marring is the contact wash or the drying process. So you want to kind of minimize that as much as possible. Lately I've been using the blower, the Easy Go blower, and just kind of blowing the water off my car. But if your car is not ceramic coated, then it's not going to blow off as easily, and you're going to have to use one of these. Let's take a look at the pricing. Well, this one on Amazon, the one 36 by 24 inch towel is $21.99. So that's actually a pretty decent price, because honestly, if you compare it with like the Thor, this is the Thor Diva. It's their 70% polyester, 30% polyamide, made in South Korea, 1500 GSM. So it's a little bit heavier. It's 30 by 35 inches. That sells for $27.99. So not a bad price actually from Thor. The one that I typically gravitate towards, and it is a little bit pricier, is the PFM Terry Weave drying towel from Griots. It's 25 inch by 35 inch. So it's very similar in size to this, and that sells for $39.99. So it's twice the price of this one right here. Adams also has their Jumbo Plus drying towel. That one I believe is 830 GSM, 33 inch by 29 inch. Also very similar in size. That sells for $39.99 also. So that seems to be the going rate. The Thor price is actually pretty decent. $27.99 for that towel. And that's a multi-purpose towel too. That Diva drying towel can be used for multiple things. You can get a 2-pack of the 26 by 20, which is a little bit smaller. And that one is $22.99. Wow, that's pretty good actually. So $22.99, and it looks like there's a 10% promotion right now going on that you can redeem. So that's pretty decent. So the pricing is there. The quality seems to be pretty decent. You know, I mean, is it as soft as the Griots? I don't know. It seems pretty good. I mean, typically what I do is when I get these towels, before I even use it on the car, I wash them, and I use something like Rags to Riches, which is a microfiber washing liquid. It's next generation technology, deep cleans and restores, highly concentrated, and safe on all fabrics. And it's perfect for my washing machine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like wash these, right, before I put it on my car. I wanna get rid of all that like little miscellaneous lint that might be kind of hanging out on these towels from the manufacturing process. I'll get both of them in the washing machine, and then we'll wash it, and then we'll run everything on low, obviously, no high heat or anything like that. You know, just so that we don't damage the loops and stuff, and see how well it works. You know, I'll use it on one of my cars. I'll dry off. Maybe I'll use one of the rinseless washes. I'll wash one side of the car, and then I'll use this to dry it off and see how it works. All right, I'll catch you in a little bit. I also dug into this a little bit more. I wanted to, because I told you what the polyester, polyamide percentages were for the Thor, which is, I believe I said it was 70-30. This one in particular is 80% polyester and 20% polyamide. So a little bit more on the polyester and less on the polyamide. So that's going to like reduce the cost a little bit, but just so you have reference. So again, 1,100 grams per square meter, 80% polyester, 20% polyamide. Do not bleach, do not iron, don't use hot water when you're cleaning it. Same with any microfiber towel. So just wanted to point that out before to use it when it gets out of the dryer. All right, we're out on a nice, beautiful day, and we're gonna try the new FantastiCLEAN towel, drying towel, okay? So we're gonna try this on this truck behind me. We just washed it up. And we're gonna try cleaning this off. I'm gonna use a rinseless wash, okay? It's all clean, I just use a rinseless wash as a drying aid. I typically do that no matter what. And we're gonna use that while we use our towel. Turn that off so you can hear me a little bit better. So the one thing I wanted to point out, and I kind of mentioned it before, but it's got a couple different weaves in here. It's got like basically your twisted loop and then your coral fleece right in here. The coral fleece is definitely a little bit softer than the twisted loop, but I think it's the combination of the two that helps with the absorbency. So let's use this rinseless wash. Let's spray it on there and let's try to dry it off and see how it does. The downside on this car is that I don't have a ceramic coating on this. This is basically not my car. It's someone else's car that I'm cleaning for them. And but the towel is doing really well. So the towel does a pretty decent job of absorbing the water for sure. I don't know if it's the softest towel that I've used, to be quite honest, but it is doing a really good job, to be quite honest. It's drying it up really nice. And it feels a little bit slicker with the rinseless wash. It's coming out pretty good. Yeah, it's drying up nice. It's not leaving any streaks or anything like that. I think the rinseless wash is doing a good job for sure. And it's helping the towel. So let's do the glass. Pretty good. Let me bring you in a little closer so you can see this. Let's try in the hood. And the reason why I use a rinseless wash as a drying aid is because it helps prevent any marring. I don't know if you can see that, but that's drying off really nice, for sure. Good job. FantastiCLEAN, good job. Excellent. It's a good quality towel for sure. This one's already full of water. Wow. Holy cow. So let me get this second one and I'll do that side of the car. I'll finish off the rest and I'll see you at the end. So yeah, it's doing a really good job. So let's take a quick look close up. Pretty nice, right? No streaking, no nothing. So this drying towel is definitely doing its job, no question about it. So honestly, it's a really good drying towel, no question about it. It's a little bit rougher than the other one, the Griot's garage one, but it's not bad, right? I mean, really, honestly, it's really not that bad. So I would recommend it. I mean, on Amazon, I'll put the link down below. You can buy a couple of these and they're very inexpensive. The only competitor that I can see is Thor's, all right, the Diva. You could try that one, or there is one by Griot's, but it's double the price. I mean, honestly, it's double the price. The one that's equivalent, but it is a higher quality drying towel, no question about it. So, but the final results show you. It's dry, no droplets, no nothing. Came out perfect. Good job, FantastiCLEAN. So I'll see you on the next one. Like, subscribe. Tell me what drying towel you guys use, and we'll compare notes. All right. See you on the next one. Peace.